They aren't letting us close to the scene at all out here, but as you mentioned, we can confirm that 4 people died in an accident that involved a school bus and a passenger car. Tonight, Brian Berger says if he could do it all over again, he might not have sent this 6-page email. In it, he accuses his fellow commissioners and county employees of shutting him out. If you look behind me, you can see this pile of debris. Well, this used to be a barn, and now it's just twisted metal.
Hey, Rob, we are on Hinton Avenue. This is off of Oleander, and I just want to show you what's going on here. You can see that this street is completely flooded, but people keep driving on through it. Take a look at this guy right behind Ben. You can see this man driving through this flooded road. We actually even saw a truck that was stuck in a ditch here.
Well, that's right. Firefighters and really the entire community here are mourning the loss of David Hunsinger Jr. He was a 23-year-old volunteer firefighter here in this small community. And when we drove in, we could see flags lowered in honor of him. And right now, if you look behind me, you can see firefighters are actually getting ready to put together 2 ladder trucks with an American flag there in the middle. Well, John and Fran, we literally just talked to a trooper from the State Highway Patrol, and he gave us more information on this accident. It sounds just so tragic. Apparently, 2 adults and 2 children that were in the car were killed in this head-on collision. They collided with the bus, and it sounds like an entire family was killed. One of the concerns that community leaders and parents are raising about the Virgo move is its impact on parental involvement. Now, 95% of the children at the Virgo school are at or below the poverty line. At last night's school board meeting, one PTA member said it would take 2.5 hours on the Wave Transit bus for the average Virgo parent to get to Holly Shelter from the neighborhood school. Tonight, photojournalist Dustin Etheridge and I tested it out. You won't believe how long it took us. Take a look. It's about 5 o'clock right now, and we're at a bus stop just down the street from DC Virgo Middle School. The sign says the bus will come in about 20 minutes, so looks like we'll be waiting. And we waited. The bus was late, so Dustin called Wave Transit.
It says it's supposed to be here at 20 after, and it's 20 till.
So at about 40 after, the bus that was supposed to be here at 20 after just drove right by us and left us here at the bus stop. So we've kind of hit a roadblock here. They say the next bus should be here in about 10 minutes. It's been a interesting journey so far. Finally, over an hour later, we boarded the bus. A parent living in Virgo's neighborhood would have to take the 101, which shuttles you from downtown Wilmington to Central Station and back downtown to Princess and 2nd Streets. We're about 2 hours into our journey. We are at the downtown station waiting for the bus to come and get us. That will take us to Castlehane. That'll be here in another half hour. This bus was right on time. Yes, it's the 207 to Castlehane. It is 7:30 now, and we are on the bus on our way up to Castlehane, 2.5 hours into our journey. The bus drops you off a little less than a mile from the school. We're on Holly Shelter Road, the last leg of our trip, and it's taken us 3 hours to get here. As you can see, there is no sidewalk on this road. That's why we had to put on these vests because we're so close to the road out here, but we're almost to the school. Yeah. So Dustin and I have been on this journey for 3 hours now, but check it out.
Holly Shelter Middle.
We finally made it. Okay, so there you have it, 3 hours. And if a parent needs to attend a meeting with a teacher, help out in their son or daughter's classroom, or pick up their sick kid, that's quite a long time, and that's only getting there. That's not even heading back home. Now, the board won't vote on the proposed budget for a few months, and we will continue to follow this story. Reporting live tonight, I'm Ashley Kozakowski, WECT News. The incident happened at tonight's agenda briefing, and we got there just as the altercation ended. But we got word to come over here and see what was going on. Commissioner Brian Berger tried to dodge our questions about what happened inside a very heated commissioners meeting, but we wouldn't let him get away.
It's part of an ongoing saga about economic development.
Berger went on to tell us he was poked by another commissioner.
I'm not sure that I would go so far as to say that I'm gonna be pressing assault charges, but I didn't appreciate that being attacked the way I was.
Who poked you?
I didn't want to get into that.
But Commission Chair Jonathan Barfield tells us that Commissioner Ted Davis just accidentally touched Berger.
He wasn't poked by Commissioner Davis. Commissioner Davis had his hand out and he's shaking his fingers, and his finger happened to touch him. It was not a poke at all.
Barfield says it all started when Berger was 25 minutes late to the meeting. He says this is the third time in a row that's happened. Then when commissioners got into a discussion about whether to fund Wilmington Downtown Inc., tensions really flared. Berger was supposed to report on the issue.
He just could not give an answer and kept talking about economic development.
Months ago, Berger accused other commissioners of intentionally keeping him out of the loop on an environmental issue. When asked tonight if the board will censure Berger, Barfield told us he's not sure what to do.
Just got one person right now that really just wants to do their own thing, and it's rather unfortunate for the citizens of our county.
Now, I called Commissioner Davis tonight, but haven't heard back from him. County commissioners will vote on whether or not to fund WDI at Monday's meeting. One more interesting note, commissioners will all be in the same room again tomorrow morning when they meet with the school board. We will be there and we'll bring you all the latest. Reporting live tonight, I'm Ashley Kozakowski, WECT News. We checked the list of missing and unaccounted for inventory at 3 places: UNCW, Cape Fear Community College, and New Hanover County Schools. And what we found even surprised local school leaders. Pages upon pages of items. You bought all of it and now it's misplaced, missing, or in some cases, gone. At UNCW, we uncovered the college is missing a total of 9 items, including some projectors and high-tech equipment. We don't have the exact dollar amount for these items, but we do know that each one on the list is valued at more than $5,000. The state requires the university to track all assets above that amount. At Cape Fear Community College, we got an inside look at how the school tracks and tags its inventory.
Keeping track of the inventory is a huge task here at Cape Fear Community College.
David Harden, a spokesman for CFCC, says the college has a total of around 7,000 items. CFCC only lost 1 item last year, a laptop valued at $1,400.
We will document the serial number.
Terrence Gorman, who works in the shipping and receiving department, showed us how they log and label inventory.
We're simply going to apply this state ID tag.
He says they track everything worth more than $1,000.
That's going to be right there.
The department also specially stamps items considered high theft, like cameras, laptops, and televisions. And the college audits its inventory.
Regular audits that are performed throughout the year to make sure the equipment is where it's supposed to be and stays where it's supposed to be.
New Hanover County Schools has a similar process, but we've uncovered its list of unaccounted for items totals more than $500,000. Here at New Hanover County Schools, the district is missing mostly computers. They say that reflects that they need to do a better job keeping track of these items. Do you feel that New Hanover County Schools is doing a good job of keeping track of inventory?
I think we can do a better job.
We sat down with Valita Quattlebaum, the school's chief communications officer. She says even though $500,000 is a large number, it accounts for just 7% of the school's inventory.
For an organization as large as New Hanover County Schools with a multi-million-dollar budget, that's actually pretty good.
She claims most of the computers that are on this list were surplused or sold at auction when 2 schools opened new computer labs.
Really, it's a matter of better record keeping. And we admit that we have a problem. We're not perfect.
But it's not just computers. We spotted a missing pitching machine, and there are 2 lawnmowers on this list, including a John Deere riding mower. Together, they total $14 grand.
A lot more. Right. We have this, the New Hanover County Schools owns all sorts of things.
Quattlebaum says it's likely some of these things moved from school to school but weren't documented. She blames budget cuts.
Right now with our budget cuts, I think we all as humans, we're just overwhelmed and we're asking all of our staff to do more with less.
But she promises they'll do better.
Your story actually comes at a convenient time because it is something that we need to tighten up, and we admit that. You won't see these types of numbers in the future.
I talked to some New Hanover County School Board members about this story. Both Elizabeth Redenbaugh and Ed Higgins said they were shocked about the volume of missing items. Higgins plans to talk to the superintendent about this and ask for a report from the district on this at the next school board meeting. Reporting live, I'm Ashley Kozakowski, WECT News. Things are pretty quiet now. That's not how it was just hours ago. There were a lot of people out here helping the property owner here to clean up. Now, if you look behind me, you can see this pile of debris. Well, this this used to be a barn and now it's just twisted metal and debris laying here. This is one of the hardest hit places that we've seen here in Pender County, but a lot of people witnessed this storm, so a lot of scary moments here.
Part of this over here is the shed and the shop that was behind us.
Kelly Bloodworth shows us where a storm ripped through his property. It flattened 2 of his barns, it lifted 3 silos and tossed them hundreds of yards. But the damage that most upsets him is what the storm did to his vineyard.
As you can see, this one here is about had it.
Oh, so
This was a grapevine.
This is where he grows grapes for Duplin Winery. He says about 300 plants were damaged.
It's just devastating to walk out and see how much damage can be done in a matter of seconds. It's scary.
From the vineyard, the storm took a straight path through Atkinson. Ashley Myers and her husband watched from their front porch.
As we got going down the road after we left, we looked back and you could see the debris. I guess it was going through the trees.
They got in their car and fled.
I was kind of scared that I was going to come back and not see a house anymore. That's what I was worried about the most.
Further east, firefighter Stacy Metters went right to work cleaning debris right after witnessing the storm.
It was just turning. It wasn't a full funnel, but you know, you see the clouds turning and just a little bit of debris in the top.
What did you think when you saw that?
And grab my kid and run.
Only minutes after the storm blew through, folks started cleaning up. Bloodworth says despite the damage to his vineyard and barns, he's lucky.
Well, I'm just thankful that no one's hurt. That's the main thing. We can build all this back.
And it seems like folks here in Pender County were really lucky. When we talked to the Atkinson Fire Department, officials there told us that there weren't any reports of anyone hurt in the Atkinson community, but, you know, just some minor damage to homes here and, of course, the damage to Mr. Bloodworth's property, as you can see behind me. And he said that he will start to clean up and rebuild tomorrow. Reporting live tonight, I'm Ashley Kozakowski, WECT News.